Hello everyone. My name is Hiwata. You are on youtube.com/watch/ a whole bunch of random letters and numbers. And today I have another stirring game of Age of Empires 4 for you. That's right, I picked a different adjective. Today we have Beep Boop Beep spawning on the north side of Dry Arabia as the Abbasid Dynasty, opting to open with 2 scouts, go straight onto wood, which is actually, that's a pretty interesting opening. I'm going to pay attention to this in a moment here. Straight onto wood and then onto the berries right afterwards for the faster berry gather rate. And on the opposite side of the map, in the red as the Mongols, we have none other than Beastie QT. 2 top 50 players. I guess top 100 technically, because, you know, BeepBoopBeep's currently 58 as of this cast, but I digress. 2 very high-level players coming at you today with a great game of Age of Empires 4. Today, let's see, Beastie's opening with 2 scouts as well, going to drop that Uvu and likely a stable soon as well. I really want to pay attention here to what the Abbasid player is doing, because BeepBoop, or Beep for short, is opening with 4 vills onto wood, which is a very intriguing opening. I don't think I've come across this all that recently or all that often, so I'm excited to see what it produces and what comes from this opening. We're likely going to see maybe a very early barracks for some spearmen potentially to help defend the base against. Yep, that's exactly what we're looking at. Okay, so he knows that there's likely going to be a raid coming early because of the stable that's going to be dropping down from Beastie, which is a very common opening from any Mongol player. Those dirty rascals. And now we're going to get this barracks up so we get some spearmen, and then we'll probably transition onto food and gold afterwards. We're dropping our next vill for BeepBoop. Where is that going? Onto the food. So we're like going to see maybe the vill that's on the barracks right now transition onto the gold before. We're on 7 on food right now, which is typically what you would start with before you transition onto gold, I'd say, with the Abbasid Dynasty. But, so going back onto wood, we need to drop the House of Wisdom at some point soon. We need enough wood to do that. So we're looking at a very delayed feudal age coming from BeepBoopBeep over here. And while we're talking about over here, let's talk about their base. BeepBoopBeep spawn. He's got a very far away northern gold, very well outside of the range of the TC. Got a very back and defendable berry patch with a nice wood line here that is very easily walled. Even secondary and tertiary walls can go up with a lot of ease, rather. And our stone rather is pretty far off as well, but everything's kind of somewhat wallable, at least in the back of the base. For Beastie, however, on this side of the map, our town center was dropped onto that front wood line, and no walls coming out for the Mongols as they are unable to build them. So no real defensive opportunities here. However, our stone and our Uvu is very close to our TC, so that can be defended easily with a villager pull if need be. Berry patch right here, very nice and close. Our gold is pretty far off, I would say. So that's going to be a little ways away, not very defensible. And our stone is just, well, we already talked about the stone, it's right there. Early raiding coming out here. Looks like we were going to go for some kind of tower or outpost push, but that did get denied by the scouting of BeepBoopBeep. The Beastie's goal is going to have to make the run all the way back across the map. Scouts are trying to come in and help, but unfortunately not going to be able to do too much here. Going to probably see some animation canceling coming out here from Beastie, I would imagine, in order to try to counteract this. Opting not to, instead of going to run away and save the lives of his scout. And this build is going to go down to the scout of our Abbasid player. Oh, never mind. Opting to not do that instead. I don't know why that choice was made to change the aggression. Maybe he heard the wolf and thought maybe the wolf would clean it up for him. It looks like all of our scouts are coming to get this pick here. We really don't want that build to survive. Income per minute tab right now. Take a look. BeepBoopBeep is ahead in every department, including the gold. Stone obviously is going to be in favor of the Mongols early in the game because of Uvu's ability to passively collect stone. But gold is in favor, wood is in favor, and so is the food. So BeepBoop is stabilizing a little bit here, going to be able to age up sooner rather than later. Current resources tab, Beastie is well behind on current resources. House of Wisdom is going to go up now for BeepBoop, and we're going to be able to get the ball rolling here. A little bit more aggression still in the middle of the map here. Khan saying, hey, I see a wolf. I want to kill it. And even though you're not told to. And the sheep carcass looks like a sheep that gets sniped by one of our players here. Maybe it was one of BeepBoop's sheep. So lots of scouts coming out from Beastie. So this is one of 2 things. Either he's going to use the scouts in the feudal age to screen for his other units, like his archers, like his horsemen, so on and so forth, in order to protect his units from the harassment of the opponent's units, or alternatively, go for an early raid like this. And the third option, of course, oh wow, what a surround. That vill had nowhere to go. Gonna go down to the scouts of his opponent here, very likely. That is 1 vill down, so we're a little ahead now for Beastie Cutie when it comes to villager count, sitting on 16 versus the 17 for BeepBoop. Actually, so eat my words, never mind, because I guess we both lost a vill in this, didn't we? So there's 1 ahead for BeepBoop right now. Other side of the map here, we do have 4 spears taking an early aggressive push against the Uvu of BeepBoopBeep. I like this play, actually. Instead of just sitting there and trying to protect his age up and get his economy moving so he can get onto 2 CCs later, he's opting to bring the aggression to the Mongols base, which is something you don't see a lot of players do all that often, especially in the lower elos. Well, obviously, it's a very high elo game, so we're going to see that more often, but I digress. Khan going to get a lot of damage done to him, may not be able to survive for very much longer. Uvu is likely going to actually go down here because the horsemen aren't able to do too much damage against these spears. No real damage being done to them at all. Mangonel, not Mangonel, oh my god, the Mongol Khan. Gonna try to get some picks with some arrow fire here, but lots of damage going on to that Uvu, and we are dropping the deer stones now to provide the movement speed buff for our Vills. Definitely a fair and equitable landmark, which allows the Vills to gather so much more efficiently and effectively. Khan is going down to the spears. Lots of horsemen and scouts here. Could clean this up, but the scouts are also around to support the spears. Spears are going to take a lot of damage here. No animation canceling coming out from Beastie just yet, which I'm surprised. Oh, there we go. There's an animation cancel. Do we like to see it? No. But at a high level, if you're not doing it, you're not winning. So, good, effective animation canceling coming out here. Back at home, are we aging up right now for BeepBoop? We are. So, similar age up time. We are delayed by about maybe 3 minutes on the age up. Usually about like 4 minutes, 20 seconds, you'll see the Abbasid going off. Just roughly, right? And we're going up the economic wing. We're going to have enough for fresh foodstuffs once we age up, so that is going to be the play here. Going to get that going. Surprised we have not transitioned onto our stone just yet. Could pull some Vills off the wood to do that, but maybe going for some kind of aggressive play instead. Going to drop another barracks maybe, drop an archer range. Hope to kind of wait and see what happens here. Uvu did get destroyed, so that Uvu is gone. This stable is getting harassed here, but is going to be safe under the arrow fire of the town center, and is going to be able to go back up to produce more horsemen to get more harassment going. Getting his own sheep killed. I don't know if he did that. It looked like he turned around for a second and hit his own sheep, so rest in peace to a real one. But we are onto the gold very heavily right now for BeepBoopBeep. Income per minute tab again. Beastie is now actually ahead in food, but behind in everything else. So that Uvu disruption is going to be a big factor in this game, I would say, especially from the early parts of the game. So we're going to pull back and try to defend the base because he knows there's some scouts and horsemen on the map still. Stable going to go up towards this second stone where he's going to put an outpost up first in order to help defend it a little more easily. I like this play. It does make sense. These guys are also going to drop a Uvu probably. At least one of them might. Actually, not enough wood for it right now, so we're going to wait till they have enough wood and then pull one of them off the gold and put the Uvu up. And now we got to wait and see what goes on here. Both players into the second age, as you can see in the top left corner here. And now it's really coming down to what happens. What's next? BeepBoop is going for 2 stables and a blacksmith as well. So going to get some upgrades. Getting some more infantry on the map could be useful for getting some siege. Could go for a mangonel if he really wanted to. Could even drop one right here, right now, and disrupt the economy of these villagers. But they're not at full health. They're all at or below 50% health. So the outpost that's here is going to really do a good job of picking them off. Not going to deny this stable. Just not enough damage per second to do that. And a counter raid happening on the other side of the map here. One horseman is out defending it for BeepBoop. But Beastie is going to be effective in his raid. Actually, no, he's not. Losing one horseman. Not really forcing any idle time from his opponent either. Except for this one villager who doesn't know how to gather berries very effectively, it looks like. He's just chilling there. But horsemen and some spears are going to chase this down. Looks like a Vill was accidentally pulled for it as well. Maybe going to drop a tower. Maybe just accidentally grouped in with the wrong crowd. Kind of went to high school, hung out with the wrong people, and now just bumming smokes outside of the local dispensary or something like that. I digress, though. We are getting lots and lots of horsemen. It looks like 4. BeepBoop. We have a lot to. We're actually getting the hardened upgrade for our spearmen right now. We're getting archer range in the mix as well. So we're looking to produce a lot of units right now for the Abbasid. Other side of the map still, we only have the 1 stable out right now, so we're only going to see cavalry units for the time being. Economy-wise, we got the yen network still. That is going to, again, just really increase the income per minute here. Like Beastie Cutie is ahead in gold with 9 Vills. There's 3 Vills for BeepBoop, sure, but wood-wise, Beastie Cutie's only got 5. And BeepBoop has 1, and BeepBoop is ahead in wood production per minute still. Which is weird. That kind of actually counteracts my point. Anyways, lots and lots of Vills in the food round for Beastie. We got 15 under the TC versus 19 for BeepBoop. Going to be gathering this a little bit faster because of that EM network buff. Walls going up now for the Abbasid player. Going to block off the back of the base. Like I mentioned before, very easy to wall area. So it's going to be nice and defensible. If he's able to get up the other wall sooner rather than later, I would think that would be a right call. And right now, more spearmen getting picked off by the horseman and Khan right now. Another horseman going to go down for Beastie, but not before he gets that last pick on that spearman. Going to use that movement speed buff and run away. And these horsemen are going to have to either pull back or go across the map and do some raiding of their own. You're getting a barracks now, so you're going to see some spearmen coming out from Beastie in just a moment here in order to counteract the horsemen that he has now scouted and confirmed are on the map for his opponent. So while we're chilling here for a second here, we are getting ready to age up into the 3rd age for Beastie. Going to be dropping down the, whatchamacallit, the step route for that extra gold drop off, plus 50% when gold is dropped off at this landmark. Lots of horse movement out on the map, though. Might go for a little bit of a raid on the gold. Not quite sure yet what's going to happen there. Not really easy to dive considering the fact that there's an outpost here. He does know it's there. I was picking off his spearmen earlier. They're going for the stable. And the stable is actually going to relocate a little bit here. Interesting call. It does put it in a bit of a precarious position here. Could get sniped off by the spears. And now going to go for the raid in the gold, and the con's been pushed back. Going to drop this right here. Not going to be able to produce any units out of it, though. So not going to actually get much of effectiveness out of it, I should say. So right now, too many arrows, too many units to really deal with here for BeepBoop. So going to pull back for the time being. At his blacksmith right now, he does have his ranged arrow defense upgrade. So he is not going to take as much damage from arrow fire for the time being. And he's not ready to age up just yet himself. He's pretty behind on food, but not too far off. He's pulled off wood right now to put his vills onto the sheep in order to get ready to age up. But that step redoubt is almost complete with, 9 villagers making it right now. It's quite a lot. More barracks going up too. We're getting a blacksmith for Beastie as well. But we're going to get a raid going on to the TC here. Looks like some vills were pulled off the wood line, forcing some idle time. Less food economy for Beastie, less wood economy for Beastie, but for how long is the question. These horsemen are going to go out with some picks over yonder, but are getting denied by the spearmen. No animation canceling coming out for BeepBoop just at the moment here. Those other spearmen did get denied right here. Was that a villager? Was it a villager from earlier? Either way, it doesn't matter. One lone horseman is going to try to run away with his life. Not a super effective raid, but did force some idle time. But his opponent was already going up to the next age, so it wasn't really a super good trade of resources, is what I want to say. So right now, BeepBoop is going up to the next age. He's going up with the Culture Wing, which allows for the preservation of knowledge technology, reduce the cost of all tech by 30%. So could have waited on the hardened upgrade and waited for the phalanx upgrade as well, but he does only have the 1 barrack, so maybe wanted to get that out before Castle Age. Well, we have a moment here before any temples or any mosques come up. Let's talk about our relic spawns here. On this side of the map for BeepBoop, we have a very close by relic kind of outside his walls here on the north side. Another one kind of in the center here. So that's kind of between both players, a little closer to Beastie right now. This one in the backside of Beastie's spawn, hidden behind the wood line here. So that one's going to be in Beastie's favor. We got one over yonder as well. The north side, going to be actually pretty even for both players. Could say it's in favor of BeepBoop, but probably not all that much. Going to pull the vills off the wood over here, ignore the arrow fire from the con. Going to send out some scouts and some horsemen to try to push him off here, keep him on this side over here. But we're going to be careful of overchop, because if he overchops this way too much as well, he will lose that wall, and he's going to be subjected to some, or not subjected, but exposed to some raiding. Outpost here, does he have the scouting when the vills are here gathering wood? No, looks like this one lone villager is being sent out to put out this outpost, and it's likely to get denied by the villagers who are on the berries right now. So, probably not going to go up, but going to be aware that there's a raiding opportunity on the north side of the map. Again, Beastie running away with his con. Is he going to get the snipe? Men-at-Arms are coming out from the barracks that was there earlier. Oh, Con able to get the last arrow off on that horseman. Not going to go down just a moment here. Going to have... actually, no. The arrows are on cooldown right now, so not going to have that available at the moment. BeepBoop finally hitting Castle Age. And these scouts are looking a little fresher. Looking a little nicer in that age up. But going to be trying to get the Con there to defend for any later rushes that might come in, so that way these guys don't get the attack speed or movement speed buff. But there's enough of them to really not allow for that, and the Con's able to outmaneuver the scout. Uvu-wise, what do we got here? We got triple barracks production here. We're going for lots of men-at-arms, gathering right under the Yam network on the capital TC. Our gold income is going to be insane for Beastie right now. 630 versus 450 right now. Food and wood ahead for Beastie as well. Very close in wood, however. Now getting closer in food as we pull some bills off. Did that outpost get denied? It did. So it looks like the vills are able to pull and do it, but because his opponent knows he's here now, he's going to opt to go for maybe a safer or different food source. He doesn't get denied and kind of give up this part of the map, especially because the Con's going to be close by. Good call from BeepBoop to kind of pull off there. Doesn't want to overexpose himself and lose his food economy that easily. Going to just transition it. Force a little bit of idle time for now, but not all that much. We do have a mangonel out that came from the siege workshop of Beastie that can be chilling in the middle of the map here. No siege yet. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. A Magno coming out right now for BeepBoop. And we also have a camel archer. Do we have our... We didn't get military, so we actually don't have camel support. So there's not going to be any +1 armor for any of the infantry on the map right now. We do men-at-arms and spears for both players. Looks like that's going to be our primary option when it comes to our military production. Khan is forcing these vills off. Maybe just trying to kite him to get some damage in. Try to distract him for a minute here. Going to run away from these vills. Forcing some idle time. I don't 100% agree with the play of pulling all the vills off here. The Con not doing all that much damage to these vills. But you know what? Enough of a distraction where the micro's being forced across the map, being denied off the stone. Never got that second TC up just yet. BeepBoop only on the one. Was trying to get to the next one and just got into the stone now, but was outside of his gate, so it's not safe to go for it. Seeing the Mangonel come out from Beastie right now, going to go and siege down this mining camp here. Get that bonus for burning down the building because the Mongols do get that. It's a little bit of gold to get, right? It's a little bit of gold to get for that. And right now, we're just kind of getting some posturing from these players. So, I didn't mention this before because I got distracted by something else on the map here, but Professional Scouts was always kind of an option for BCQD this game. He put a lot of scouts early in the game, was able to kind of keep them up, and now taking his opponent's hunt, which can deny that food income a lot later in the game. Berries kind of equalize things with the gather rate, but the amount of food is the issue. There's not going to be enough food on the map for BeepBoop on his side if the game's going to go on the long side of things. Springle coming out. Does that get seen by Beastie? Springle, this one didn't get seen. The one on the other side of the wall does not. Now he's going to be just barely in range in a moment here to take out, or get some damage on the Mangonel. Going to be some good work here. Probably going to get the snipe before. Nope, not able to get the snipe. Quick response from both players. Men-at-Arms re-aggressing onto a different unit and going to try to get the snipe on the Springled. And the Men-at-Arms that were under the TC did go down, so the Men-at-Arms and Spears. Boop. Mangonel getting lots of shots off on these Men-at-Arms, not able to hold for much longer. Reinforcements coming through the middle of the map here. Getting ready on this outpost here. Yeah, network spreading, so they're able to run real quick. Another Mangonel just chilling here. Lots of Mangonels coming out for these players. We do like to see it. Mangonels are very important when it comes to Age of Empires 4 because they do so much damage. We are picking up a relic right now. Where is that relic? That's this one here. So, BC going for the relic here, pretending he's playing the Holy Roman Empire. Just kidding, of course. He did not have that kind of perfect timing that Holy Roman Empire players do typically go for when picking up a relic. But, going to get that first relic picked up of the game. I do not believe that our opponent BeepBoop has picked one up yet. We do have a mosque. Do we have our imam out yet is the question. I don't believe we do. I haven't seen one around yet. So, keep an eye on that for another potential relic pickup here. Could be setting one out the front of the base here. Could be going out this way in a second. There's nothing on the way over here. We do have a fake, not a fake outpost, but these foundations of an outpost kind of waiting here. Deny potential movement across the map here. Keep an eye on where his opponent is and give him the movement speed buff with the YAM network. Again, super fair and equitable landmark. Definitely not broken by any means. Definitely doesn't overcompensate for the Mongols economy. Does, like, you know, take a look at the villager count for a moment here. We're on 46 for BeepBoop. We're on 51 for Beastie because of the raiding that was happening here. Forcing some idle potentially. Maybe not enough food at one point to put some villagers out. 2 relics in the base for Beastie right now. But take a look. 19 on food, 18 on wood, 8 on gold, and 1 on stone for BC, and that is the Ubu. Other side of the map, we got 13, 8, 13, and 7. So, similar amounts of units on gold, but because of the 2 relics and the 3rd relic that is being picked up as well for Beastie right now, I believe he just picked up this one over here, he's going to be ahead in gold by a significant margin here once the sales get dropped off. It's going to be like 1,000 gold a minute or something like that versus the half of that of his opponent here. We get the mosque. Still no imam that I've seen. He's not made his way over to any relics that I've noticed. And looks like a shaman is going to come out and pick up this last relic over here. Did we get one of the other relics, maybe? No, the 3rd one's going in. Oh, there it is. So there's a relic that was picked up on that side of the map by Beastie. We didn't hear it because we were expecting the other player, which we don't hear the noises from Beastie Civ right now because of how the spectator mode works in this game. Apparently it's being addressed in the ranked update that's going to be coming here. So 4 relics in favor of Beastie right now. A 5th one did get picked up, so we're going to have a lot of gold income coming from Beastie here. This is really looking scary here. Stepward out, going up here. Mongols are just so good at getting gold. And if you don't deny those relics, if you're not playing for the relics as the opponent of the Mongols, you're not going to be able to keep up with a 4 relic Mongol player. I'm sorry, it's just not happening. There's going to be just such an advantage on the middle of the map there. Going for, oh my god, one of the sacred site too. It's so much gold per minute. This is looking like the end for BeepBoop here. He's got to make a big play here, or else he is going to be in a rough situation. Let's look at military composition for a moment here. We do have we have a crossbow coming out here, so we did have an archer range that was added in at some point for BeepBoop. We got 1 there, 3 barracks, 2 stables. We got lots and lots of spears, lots and lots of men-at-arms. Got crossbows coming out, Springolds and a Mangonel. Other side of the map, however, we got lots of men-at-arms as well for Beastie. There aren't really any stable units out in the map except for the scouts, which are only going to be there to soak damage. Our stable kind of stopped producing units a lot earlier in the game. We switched heavily to an infantry composition, and now we're actually adding a home of the crossbows too to counter out the men-at-arms. So Springl's coming down now. We got 2 Mangonels here. I think if the Mangonel micro is good enough, that Beastie can just take the game with the next interaction. Second TC finally coming down. We're at almost the 20-minute mark. We're behind in bills. 58 for Beastie versus 54 for BeepBoop. So not a lot. If this was down 3 minutes earlier, we'd be in a really different situation here. There wasn't as much of an engagement in the last 3 minutes or so, so we would have been able to get it up if he had the resources. Or went to the market, maybe sold some of his wood. He had a lot of extra wood there for a moment here. He does have a really high wood income per minute as well as food. Could have sold off some extra resources to get that up just a little bit earlier. Was on the stone instead, and looks like we have abandoned the stone now to go back on the wood line. We've overchopped here though, so we are exposed to raiding if that does come. And it looks like our scout is detecting the amount of mangonels here. What? Aw, poor guy. He never stood a chance, did he? Never had a chance. So with that scouting happening, we are likely going to see a bit of a push out here from Beastie. Going to try to take map control now. Not that he doesn't already have it. He's more spread out than his opponent is for sure. Just with all, again, the outposts in the map here, take a look at his vision control. He sees so much of this map. Even the whole outside of his opponent's base. He's got a scout there that sees that the wood line's exposed to a raid. He's got everything. He's going to send a small group of men-at-arms to sneak in around the side here, because like I mentioned, he overchopped. He hasn't re-added the wood. Finally, he's re-adding the fence, or the gate rather, but is it too little too late is the question. You're going to have to add it all the way around. Dropping it rather quickly, getting the foundations down. Would you like that play from BeepBoop? Very smart. But is it too little too late is the question here. Looks like because the scouting did show that it was coming down, maybe opting to actually send those men-at-arms back to the group. I don't see him on the map right now. Actually over here, so they're going to go way far around here. We have an engagement going here. Go to cinematic mode for a moment here. So BeepBoop's infrastructure is getting harassed. We lost a couple bills on the berries right now. Someone at the TC putting up another barracks right now. Mangonels are engaging. Going to shoot some shots, but great spread out from Beastie. Going to have his crossbows in good positions here. Some scouts still here soaking damage from the spears. Crossbows aren't going to be super effective against the spearmen because they aren't. They don't have the double bonus damage. I think it's just one spear of bonus damage, if I'm not mistaken. And they're going to win this fight pretty decisively, even though, well, there's one Mangonel still standing. The Mangonel's got sniped by the men-at-arms from Beastie. More Springald's coming up here for the Abbasid player, but is it going to be enough? Ram's coming up right in front of his base right now. This is not looking too good. The momentum just kind of shifted in favor. Once Beastie was able to secure all those relics and all that gold in the map, like he has all 3 secret sites. I didn't notice him get all 3 secret sites because this game's just been so in favor of him. I've been trying to find a way for the Abbasid player to come back. Mangonel going to get some great shots off right here. Looks like some vills to get pulled potentially even to try to siege down some the Mangonel. This one finally going down here, but the Ram is up. Going to try to take out the secondary TC. Springald's going to do some damage here too. Beastie Cutie with lots of crossbows. Going to be really effective against the number of men-at-arms here. 7, 6, 3. Just volley after volley, losing men-at-arms. This is going to be game, my friends. GG's. Beastie Cutie taking it over BeepBoopBeep decisively. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. Let me know what you liked about it and what do you want to see next from me. If you want to watch another Abbasid Dynasty game where maybe they win, I'll leave a recommended video at the end of this one for you to check out. But until after that one, or whenever you come by next, I'll see you in the next cast. Cheers.